Yo, peace to the gods. Peace to the gods and the goddesses. How y'all doing? I love myself. Oh my goodness, look at the view. Nature. Oh, Sealy. Look at the new plants growing. I'm in a little field right now. Hey, but look, this video I want to talk about how we need to connect back to our true primal nature in our more natural state, right? Because what do we used to do back when we were in our natural environment, living more animalistic like, okay? We're not scared to get our feet dirty, step on the dirt, put our hands in the dirt, you know? We're not afraid to connect. And what heaven is having everlasting communion with God. And God is nature. So it's having communication with nature, being one with nature, connecting with nature. This is keeping you in a heavenly state, right? So nowadays, we become so much weaker. Why? Because instead of walking and using our leg muscles, what are we doing? We're taking cars, right? We're flying places. Think about that. Instead of breaking something open with our hands, opening up something, guess what? What are we doing? We're using a machine. Instead of going to go pick up a delivery or something, what are we doing? We're ordering it and it's getting shipped to us. So we're getting weaker. How are we getting weaker? Because when you don't use your muscles, you don't use a muscle for a long time, guess what happens? It gets weaker. If you don't use your mind, if you don't think a lot, if GPS is thinking for you all the time to navigate, then you're gonna think less. Your thinking muscles become weaker. Your memory becomes weaker, right? Because even here in Africa, right, a lot of the people, they call borders, motorcycles, they're like taxis, they take you places. They don't have no GPS, but they still know how to navigate and get places because they have to remember it. See? Because a lot of them don't have any iPhones or anything like that. So if you think about things like that, another thing, we're getting weaker. Like we don't use our arms and our legs to climb trees anymore and go for long walks or climb up mountains or go for runs. So we're getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And then we wonder why we're in the state that we're in. And we're disconnected from our own selves, nature, the earth, my planet. So yeah, we need to learn how to connect back, man. And it's simple. Instead of using all that artificial stuff, taking the easy route, going to sit your ass down somewhere and be lazy, get up and go do something manually, okay? Go connect with nature. Yeah. Go put your hands and feet in the dirt. It's okay to be dirty a little bit, you know? In Babylon, they want you to be suited up and clean and squared away, you know? They think maybe even a tiny bit of dust or a piece of ants inside your food is like, oh my God, what is that? That's America. But in Africa, it's very different. They don't freak out if you see one or two ants, you know, just roaming around, crawling on some food or plants or a tomato you see on the floor. You don't trip about that. See? If you get a little dirty or if your clothes are a little dirty, no one's tripping about that because it's not that serious. What really matters is your body. What's more valuable, my body or my clothes, right? Well, you got to know that your true clothes is your skin. This melanin that you got. Because we're all browns. We all got melanin. We know this by now. But you see, this is why gorillas, apes, things like that are 10 times stronger than us. And we're like, what the fuck? They can one ape is as strong as 10 men. How? Because these niggas grow up climbing trees, swinging from branches, breaking shit with their hands, breaking sugar cane and shit. What else? Pulling things out the ground, right? All these things that they do, This strengthens their body on a whole nother level. And even chewing things, chewing sugarcane or any kind of strong leaf and breaking it, they have way stronger jaws because they do this on a constant basis. See, because they're exercising that muscle. This is why exercise is so important. You got to exercise in any kind of way, especially because you're in the system now. You're in the Babylon matrix, so you're not in your natural state. Your natural state, you would be working out all the time. In Africa, you would not see barely any fat people, like overweight people. Rarely ever. I don't think I've seen not even one obese black person in Africa. Not even one. I promise you, not one. Because they're always in the sun, walking around, doing manual, hard labor work, you know? So they're in a more natural state because they're working hard and they're using their muscles. That's the main thing, is using your muscles. Because even if you're not doing your natural primal way of living, you can still use your intelligence, you know, to be able to, I just lost my train of thought. But anyways, right? I'm speaking about being manual, right? And exercising. Oh, okay, I got it. Even when you're not using your energy for true natural things and being manual, you can at least just work out and exercise every day. That's what I was gonna say. Because then you're substituting for that natural exercise and movement that you're supposed to get. Because all animals, you see them, they're constantly moving. Energy constantly flows and constantly moves. This is what you're supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to be sitting down at a desk on a computer or sitting down on your phone all day long. Okay, this is turning you into a robot. This is literally making you weaker because you're not using your physical muscles anymore. And you're barely using them. This makes us weak. This is why you see the white man in America is a lot weaker than the black man physically, because they don't have to do any hard labor work. They just create a whole bunch of machines to do it for them. This makes them a lot weaker. Think about that. And it also makes us weaker once we take on their ways and start living in that kind of way. Point blank, period. So, we think about this. Think about this. Go exercise more, get outside, connect to the earth. Connect to the earth. And be more natural. Take your shirt off. And if you can't take your shirt off where you are, go somewhere where you can take your shirt off and be naked in nature outside. So you can reactivate those that DNA. So your body remembers how to connect. And it starts activating those old programs that you used to be running on when you're in your more natural state. Okay? So this is what I'm saying. Basically, moral of the story, go back to being more manual and adding more movement to your daily life. Because this is how all animals in the world operate. All animals operate this way. Constantly moving. Ants constantly moving. If you see them, go look at ants. They're constantly moving. See, cows are constantly moving. They rest, but then they constantly keep moving. They're eating, doing something, fucking, playing. They're constantly doing something, being active, and it's in the sun. Also, it's not in the fucking cold. So get the fuck out of the cold too. Yeah, you're supposed to be beaming with the sun like this. Okay? So, I love myself, man. Y'all niggas stay up, bro. And y'all tap into that knowledge, man. Y'all got any questions for me? Hit me in a DM. I respond, man. Because I love myself. I am you. Motherfucker. Peace to the gods.